residential destinations for people in the middle income group in India's top metros. In our continuing series to thrash out growing yet affordable micro markets, that's home markets, today we'll focus on two key cities, Hyderabad, the capital city of Andhra Pradesh, and Pune, the second largest metro of Maharashtra. Hyderabad is emerging out of its political shadow and is beginning to see some traction in real estate again, while Pune continues to remain a hot favorite for not just residents of Maharashtra, but almost all of India for its cosmopolitan culture. Which are the micro markets in these two cities where you can find homes which are not exorbitant and can also look forward to solid returns on your investment? That's our focus on this realty debate. We'll kick off the next 60 minutes with Pune first, and joining me from the Mumbai studio are Sujay Kalele, CEO of Kolte Patil Developers, well known in the Pune market, in fact a household name pretty much. Shailesh Puranik, Managing Director, Puranik Builders, who've got their foot in both Mumbai and Pune markets very well entrenched. And I also caught up with Mr. R. Vasudevan, MD, Vascon Infra. We'll be playing out his views on the market as well. In the Delhi studio, Gaurav Pandey, Head of Research and Consulting, Prop Equity. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm just going to set a little bit perspective in terms of what our viewers watching the show should take as the middle income housing bracket in these markets. Remember when we did the other big markets, which is NCR, MMR, Bangalore and Chennai, we took 60 lakhs as the cutoff of 3-bedroom housing as the micro markets to focus on. Here, when you talk about Pune and Hyderabad, that line comes down. The affordability factor in smaller cities is lesser. So markets catering to a buyer with an annual household income of up to 13 lakh rupees will be considered as we go through this discussion. Ticket prices, shortlisted markets are up to 50 lakh rupees. So if you're able to afford a house 3 BHK in 50 lakh or a little less than that, those are the markets we'd like our panelists to talk about. Market is defined as affordable for an average buyer, as I said, of 3 BHK in 50 lakh rupees. Now Pune, pretty much like Bangalore, has witnessed a big dispersion in terms of growth. So it's growing from all sides. It's pretty much like Bangalore. If you've been watching the series, it's not concentrated in some markets or some pockets. Affordable pockets though are not so many. They have shifted out of the city central business district. So even in a small town like Pune, it's not easy to find something centrally located which you can consider as affordable. So let's just lay out what's happening in the Pune market first before we go down to the basic nitty-gritties of this market. Sujay, first question to you. You know this market inside out. What's really driving the Pune market? I mean, a Knight Frank report says it's one of the best investment destinations now.
Yeah, pretty much. I think a lot of positive factors are coming together for the growth of Pune market. The most important being that it remains one of the few markets in India which is not only dependent on one particular industry. You have engineering and automobile, which have been the traditional basis of Pune, which continue to grow with fresh investments from marquee brands like Daimler, Chrysler, Volkswagen, GE and everybody. Then you have the new age in IT industry, which continues to grow, and now you have the larger campuses for companies like Cognizant, Infosys, Wipro, all in Pune rather than in Bangalore. It continues to remain true to its sobriquet of Oxford of the East, which continues to attract a lot of young people from within Maharashtra and outside of the state as well for education purposes, which because of the available good employment opportunities stay, and they become the future real estate growth drivers for the city as a whole. And obviously given the weather conditions, the overall life, and it still remains a very manageable city. Coupled to this, a lot of infrastructural initiatives that have happened that have reduced the travel distance a lot. Obviously a lot remains to be done, but as a whole, this provides a win-win situation as far as the real estate market grows. And we were not really surprised when the research report came out and it highlighted four micro markets within Pune as the best investment destination in years to come.
Okay, fair enough. Shailesh, define for us the Pune market from your perspective. I mean, Mumbai market still, at least Navi Mumbai, couple of markets have beaten Pune markets in terms of what kind of returns you can expect. But leaving that aside, understand that there's lots of industry happening, but is the exuberance a little overspelt at this moment when it comes to Pune? Do you think it's become a hugely investor-driven market?
Absolutely not. I feel Pune was never and will never be an investor-driven market, solely for the reason, the kind of stock that is available in Pune and the affordability level at which the stock is available in Pune. And you just mentioned Pune is a small city. I really don't agree with you. Pune is a very, very big city and it's growing on all 8 sides. Of course, east and west are the main corridors which are growing, but still Pune is growing on all sides. And when you have such a city growing on all sides with a lot of supply coming into market, it really cannot be an investor driven market. It has to be supported by actual user base. And I think, as Sujay rightly mentioned, the actual users are coming not only from Mumbai, not only from student population, not only from IT, but from engineering, from automobile and the manufacturing sector. So there is lot of walk to work culture also happening. You have townships which are developing closer to IT parks and so on and so forth. So you really cannot say it's exuberance, you really cannot say it's an investor driven market, because investor will come in at a place where he will be able to get out of the market. Otherwise it never remains an investor driven market. It has to be supported by actual user driven market. And I think Pune for least can be an investor driven market. It is completely actual user driven market.
Alright, so end user driven market. Quick view from Mr. Vasudevan also. So what's your view, investor driven or end user? When I say investor, the reason why I'm asking this question is that we do get daily questions on our show, and the number of people, it's not from NRIs as well, who are looking at Pune as an investment destination. Alright, they may not be churning property very quickly. They may want to invest for a longer term horizon, but what's your own perspective? A lot of end user demand, sir?
Typically, any real estate market is a mix of end user and some investors. But relatively speaking, if you are asking me, Pune is driven more by end users than by speculative investors, I would say.
Gaurav, let's get down to some data. The returns have been pretty good. If you look at the price rise, it's been fairly healthy. And the future price rise, as some reports predict, is going to be even better. I mean, you have 33% over 2.5 years, which works out to how much annualized? What do you see as future as well of Pune?
I think the Pune market is quite healthy. Its end user on one side has shades of investors as well. I think you rightly encapsulate.
But it's not predominantly investor driven.
It's not predominantly.
Okay,
it's
or scarily investor driven.
Sure, it is not speculative investor as they call it.
Okay.
The class of investors that is existent is people who are looking at rental income, or people who are NRIs who are looking at maybe a second base when they come back to India. So when you have a market like that, you have two good things about the growth potential. One is the growth would be consistent. It won't be stupendously high. At the same time, what you'll see is downside risk protection. So you would continue to see this kind of.
So you classify it as a high growth market,
sure,
which has a good solid base.
Yes.
So it's not going to, let's say, crack open
Correct.
in case of a downturn. All right. So that's a good cushion that you have in the Pune market, along with, of course, a great story in terms of growth and employment generation. So let's look at what's going on in this market. Overview of residential prices, and this is prop equity data. Northwest Pune is about 3,950 rupees per square feet. Northeast is about 4,078 per square feet. Southwest Pune 4,350. Southeast Pune is 4,226 per square feet. So pretty much all the micro markets in the outlying destinations which are growing now, Gaurav, seem to be affordable still. They are all, you think most of these will have homes in 3 BHK dimensions?
3 BHK might be a challenge.
But 2 BHK, almost all of them would give you a home in 50 lakhs.
Yes, you should.
All right, so let's start with one of the biggest markets there, Hinjewadi. I mean, that area, what's your summary?
The best part about the Hinjewadi micro market is, we all know the growth story about Pune. To the large extent, we've been talking the last 5 years has been on the IT-led growth corridors. And the best part about Pune is the talent pool it carries. It is just at the right spot. It's not very south, it's not very west, it's not very north. So it sits in a very good market. Hinjewadi essentially is the Silicon Valley of Maharashtra, if I were to say. And looking at Hinjewadi, if you look at configurations in 1 and 2 and 3 BHKs, you have options up to 54 lakhs in all these unit sizes.
All these 3 unit
so
sizes.
it's very affordable from that perspective.
So that's Northwest Pune that we're talking about. Sujay, I think you lay out the map for us and tell us what are some of the exciting opportunities. The IT corridor, the Northwest market of Pune, is that something that you'd be excited about as well?
Yeah, we are actually we have projects spread across all directions and all quadrants of Pune, but we are very excited about the northwest part, Hinjewadi. In fact, one of our largest developments which we are developing, 400 acres integrated township, is located very in that IT corridor in Hinjewadi that you are talking about. It was 9th December last year that we launched the project. It was one of the largest projects to get launched, and we are still to complete 1 year, and we have sold about 2200 apartments and villas, which actually shows the inherent strength that market as a whole has, and we still continue to have robust demand coming from end users in that particular market. So that entire belt in the northwest part of Pune continues to excite us. Obviously, it adds, the X factor is always that nearness and closeness to Pune, which increases the attractiveness for any end buyer as well as a retail investor, as we call it. But yes, the northwest part of Pune will continue to drive growth in coming years as well.
Okay, so average ticket prices, I'm just going to read out some data. 1 BHK would be about 15 to 35 lakhs. We're talking about Northwest Pune, which our panelists seem to feel that is going to be one of the most promising residential markets. Key micro markets within this, Hinjewadi we've discussed, is Baner, there's Talegaon, there's Wakad, and there's also On. So 1 BHK you could hope to get between 15 to 35 lakh, 2 BHK 25 to 68 lakh. So the pricing points do go up above our affordable limits, and 3 BHKs 36 lakhs to 1 crore. So I think most of your affordable homes would be limited to a 2 BHK, Gaurav,
Correct.
isn't it?
Correct.
Not 3 BHK in this area.
3 BHK you will get in Hinjewadi to some extent, and Talegaon you will get.
But not the other locations. So the least expensive market in this part of growing Pune, northwest we're talking about, is Talegaon, and the most expensive is On. Shailesh Puranik, what's your view? Northwest, or would you put your money elsewhere in the Pune market as well?
No, we have already put our money in Northwest, so you cannot deny the fact that Northwest is exciting and attractive to us, because we have 2 big projects happening in Pune, both are in Northwest corridor. But I think one more point I think we are all missing out over here is Northwest of course has Hinjewadi, but it has also attraction because of the expressway, the connectivity from Mumbai. It is the first touch point of Pune, that is Northwest. You immediately see on the right side Hinjewadi, immediately you see Wakad developing, you see Baner, you see Bavdan areas developing. I think that's why Northwest has more attraction than Northeast. Of course, Northeast has so many other developments also happening, but Northwest remains as the exciting destination, especially from the factor that expressway touches it. It has a closer proximity to Mumbai, and I have always been saying this, in Mumbai, Pune ultimately will become one big metropolis in 10 years down the line. So if you consider that, then it will become a kind of a central point, and right now, even today, even Baner and Bavdan are not the areas which are on the outskirts of Pune, but which are areas which are getting inside Pune. In fact, corporation has announced that it will be taken inside Pune Municipal Corporation. So Northwest remains and is the the most exciting destination for Pune.
All right, Mr. Vasudevan, would you agree? Because the panel is almost converged towards the fact that this is the most exciting part, that's Northwest, or Pune is the best growing market.
The reason why I think they have gone by that is primarily the IT development is happening in that location. The big campuses of the big companies, the SEZ of IT are all happening on that side of the town. And that is why there is good amount of new people coming in, requirement of new houses coming up there. And that is the reason where relatively, again I would say, the movement of housing is requirement is more in that location, as people are seeing Pune as a destination to shift, and where people have employment around that location, naturally the building development activities there pick up, and that's the reason why there is more demand on those locations.
All right, so that's of course an established fact. Any of you looking at Pune market not yet decided where to be? Actually, it's difficult, you know, you would want to live very close to where you work. So I don't think that would come into consideration if you're just going to be an end user. But if you are an investor, do look very closely at Northwest Pune. Not to say that the other markets, which is Southeast, Northeast and Southwest, aren't doing well. We'll come back and discuss these three growing micro markets of Pune in just a jiffy. You're watching the Realty Debate, and we are focusing on affordable homes for middle income India. Pune is in the spotlight. Affordable markets for middle income India. That's what we are scouting around for in the city of Pune. So 50 lakhs, if you can get a 3 BHK, what are the destinations you should be closely looking at? The panel in the studio today has converged on one market as being very, very exciting, and that's the northwest market of Pune, which is of course Hinjewadi and the surrounding areas. But let's look at the other micro markets also. There's Southeast Pune. Pune is growing all across, so it's literally growing out. There's Hadapsar, there's Kondwa, there's Pursungi, there's Handewadi Road, NIBM Road and Undri. So Joy, what's your view on this pocket? Is it going to take a little bit of time, or do you think the affordability here makes it a far more exciting market for people who probably are looking for options between 25 to 40 lakh?
Yeah, I would assume that the markets of Hadapsar, Handewadi are far more affordable, and attraction for affordability is far higher for anybody who is looking at sub 50 lakh level investment. They are as we call on the Solapur road, which continues to have a good amount of quality supply of real estate. And you know, the projects there are still affordably priced. So yes, sub 50 lakh levels, the buyers might get some good options in these markets right now.
Okay, what's really happening in this part of Pune when you look at industry and job creation, Gaurav?
See, the best part about this part of the corridor is this is one area which is known for self-sustained townships like, you know, Magarpatta, Amnora, and we know that, you know, the growth story about Magarpatta as well. You have a lot of IT growth as well. The best part about this micro market is things like Hadapsar, then you have Kondwa, then you have NIBM Road, even you get 1 BHK in NIBM Road.
And there are lots of questions that we get from our viewers who really want to buy something here.
Yes. Instead, what's very interesting about this region in totality is, you know, it's also very end user driven. Unlike, you know, some parts of like the Hinjewadi shade, you know, is also seeing some kind of, you know, investor interest. This has been largely end user given the kind of queries we've seen, you know, historically in the show.
All right. Shailesh, any interest in other parts of Pune? Yes, you've already outlined your preferences, but look at it. I mean, Southeast, Southwest, Northeast, if Pune is growing in all these directions, then other parts which excite you as well?
No, I think Pune is exciting from all parts, you know, Southwest, Southeast or even Northeast. And I think if you're talking about this Hadapsaran area, this is as the panel is putting it across, it is more affordable if you look at the price range, and it also is developing a very good walk to work culture where, you know, we have townships where you have IT parks and, you know, very close vicinity you will have a bungalow or you have an apartment or a row house where you can walk to work. That kind of culture is also developing in this part of Pune. But you know, I need to mention that people who are looking at property, they are very, very location specific because it is driven by where they work. If somebody is working in Hinjewadi, he will obviously not be looking at this kind of micro market. Though Pune as a whole, you know, is one city, but it is exponentially grown on all sides. So if you look at a person or his demand, he will be especially working in a micro market where he will want to stay. I think that is what that drives demand for Pune market.
All right, fair enough. So I'm just going to read out then all the other locations. Now 1 BHK, and we're talking about Southeast Pune right now. would be available in a range of 19 to 29 lakh rupees. 2 BHK would be about 30 to 55 lakh. 3 BHK about 40 to 85 lakh. Now the least expensive market is Handewadi Road, and the most expensive is NIBM Road. This is prop equity data that we are talking about. Let's quickly run you through some of the southwest key micro markets. There's Bavdan, there's Singhad Road, there's Kothurud, there's Dhairi, and there's Ambedgaon. What's exciting about this market, Gaurav?
Quite a number of things. One is that Southwest has a lot of options in affordable in Bavdan, Ambedgaon, Singhad Road, and Southwest is characteristic of a lot of spillover demand from the central location of the city. So let's assume that you can't really buy out something in the central part of the city. Buyers tend to move to this location because it's well connected. It has some good options in the right price brackets as well. So looks broadly, but it's not that active than certain other micro markets.
When you say active, do you mean that there is not so much development happening here, or not too much job creation, which would probably go hand in hand?
I think this location supports the inner parts of the city. So there are a lot of people who stay over here and work towards the city. It's fairly well connected. It's not at all pricey though. I mean, there are options in this location where you can buy even a 2 BHK with some reasonable amount of specifications as well, which you might not get in a market which is seeing this kind of appreciation in other corridors.
Alright, so very quickly, Northeast Pune, this is a market which we haven't discussed yet. There's Kharadi, there's Lohegaon, there's Wagholi, there's Dhanori, there's Viman Nagar, and there's Kalyani Nagar. 1 BHK available in the range of 20 to 48 lakhs. So this is actually one of the most expensive parts of Pune right now. Affordability factor here is very, very low. 2 BHK 32 lakhs to a crore, and 3 BHK 47 lakhs to 1.4 crore. So we should rule this market out pretty much. I mean, until unless you just want to settle in for a 1 BHK, isn't it?
In Northeast, you will get options, Manisha, like the queries we get, something closer to the airport, Lohegaon, Dhaneri, because you really can't get too many options in the right price
package.
But yes, if you go to the periphery, then you have options.
Shailesh, why is this market so expensive? It's because it's one of the earliest developed markets and prices have just risen so much, or there are other factors driving this market?
No, I think you have said it right, because it started developing very early. I think there was a Kharadi industrial belt, or the Kharadi IT park, which developed, and not only that, the entire it is near the area like Kalyani Nagar or Camp, which are like high priced areas, and because of which I think the spillover happens, and because of which the prices started rising earlier. And I think this is the reason that this area is slightly beyond, you can say, affordable limits as of now. But I think still, if you look at the 4 markets, this is all you will have options in this micro market also, where you will find properties in the affordable limit also.
Yeah.
All right, but maybe a very, very small ticket size there, 1, probably 2 under 50 lakh, but not more than that.
Yeah.
So, Sujay, I mean, Knight Frank report says Hinjewadi, which I think the panelists have that it is one of the most exciting markets. There's also Thathavade, Rawat and Wakad. What would your picks be? These 4, or you would look at some other markets?
No, I think while I agree with the 4 markets that the research report indicates, I would also bet my money on some of the southeastern markets of Viman Nagar, Kharadi as well as Wagholi. We have very closely seen these markets develop. We still remain one of the largest developers in these areas, including Kalyani Nagar, and we have we know what is the potential that these markets have. And I will also bet my money on the southeast corridor, starting from Kalyani Nagar, though not Kalyani Nagar so much, but yes, starting from Viman Nagar all the way up to Wagholi. In addition to that, the western markets of Hinjewadi and Wakad that we already discussed.
Okay, Mr. Vasudevan, what about you? I think I also need to get you to pinpoint some of your favorite markets other than Hinjewadi, sir.
Yes, Wakad is one good location because it's adjacent to the IT development as well as closer to the city. On the west side, that is what it would be. On the east side, there are Kharadi, which is again closer to a lot of IT development happening. So Kharadi and Adapsar are other locations where there is a good amount of demand happening.
Sujay, what is a buyer in Pune really leaning towards? Is he leaning towards large townships? Is that the flavor of the season? Is that what developers are also now gunning for, large parcels of land, so they're able to launch big projects?
Yeah, I think there is a clear preference that the buyer today has for integrated townships. We have one on the eastern side in Wagholi, where we are developing about 84 acres of township, and one we have on the western side in Hinjewadi, which is about 400 acres. And we have also seen over the years that as the consumer has become more matured and more knowledgeable regarding the benefits that an integrated township has, they have started paying a premium and preferring an integrated township vis-a-vis any standalone project. Obviously, given the facts that the schools are in walking distance, you have retail, and the very fact that the surrounding environment which also surrounds your home is also planned in a particular manner, and you know upfront at the start that what is the view that you are going to see once your home gets developed. So we have seen a clear preference that a buyer indicates, the buyer is giving today for a product within an integrated township vis-a-vis a product which is outside. It is happening for our projects in itself. So that's a candid admission that yes, buyers are preferring integrated township these days.
Shailesh, place the Mumbai and the Pune market for us. I mean, which is a market where you're finding it easier to sell?
No, I think Mumbai and Pune are independent market as of now. Even in Mumbai market, micro markets of micro areas of Mumbai or Pune, they are distinctly different. If you compare Mumbai and Pune, they have very different characters. And say if you look at central part of Mumbai,
I'm still saying, you can tell me where is it easier? Where are you finding it easier to sell? Which is a faster market?
See, I'll tell you, in some parts of Mumbai are very similar to what they are doing in some part. If you look at MMR as a market, then obviously some parts of Mumbai like Thane or the regions beyond Thane are very similar to what Pune is doing. And I think this price range, I would not say only 50 lakh, but a price range of 2 to 10 million, say 1 crore of rupees is a is a place where it's easier to sell properties today. It's not 50 lakh, I would put it.
Alright, so you're saying that 50 lakh may just be the starting point for the fastest moving stock. Demand supply, how do you foresee Pune market? Do you think that there's not going to be a danger of demand falling below supply?
Demand should continue to rise.
Outstrip.
Because the best part about Pune is that you really can't afford anything in Mumbai. So Maharashtrians by the nature, if you want to settle down in that particular region, you would prefer Pune over Mumbai. That's one thing which anyways helps this market. The second thing about Pune is you have employment growth, and Manisha, the broad thumb rule is wherever you have employment growth, prices and demand continue to follow that buck. So the best part about Pune, it's a healthy market. It has right developers. The local developers of this region is amazing. I mean, it's very similar to Bangalore in that context.
Yes, very good quality local developers, and in fact they've become national names as well. All right, Shailesh Puranik, Sujay, thanks very much for making the time to come to our studio. Mr. Vasudev's views also be played out. So 3 big developers in that market giving you views on the Pune real estate market. When we come back, we'll travel to Hyderabad and get your perspective on how has the recovery been in this market, which took a big beating post 2009 for political reasons, nothing else.